A week ago, I was laid off from my corporate job, and I'm honestly really just still trying to process what happened. I think that's the one part of layoffs we really don't talk about enough. Everyone says like it's just a part of the, business cycle. It happens to everyone. We're going through a recession, like all of that kind of stuff, which I understand. I truly get that it happens and it's not avoidable. And you can work as hard as you want and be the best employee, but sometimes you still get laid off, and I do understand that. But at the same time, being laid off is traumatic. If you think about it, like a company has the ability to just take away your entire livelihood in 1 second. Really, they don't have to give you a whole lot of notice, especially if they're not a big company. There's a bunch of different laws and things around that. But in 1 second, they can say, you are being laid off. And everything that you have known just goes away. And they don't have to tell you either, really, why you're being laid off. Most of the time, it's budget and all of that kind of stuff, but they're not going to tell you how they came to the conclusion that they did most of the time. So this just kind of leaves you to spiral and be like, what on earth did I did wrong? Why am I sitting here? Why are there still people? Obviously, like the whole company didn't get laid off. Why was I one of the people that was laid off? And you sit there and you think about it and you like go through all of these different scenarios and thoughts, and it's traumatic. And then you also have to think about the fact that, okay, well, if I'm gonna go get another job, it sticks with you that this could happen again. It's not like, oh, I was laid off once, it's never gonna happen again. It very well could happen again. And that you're just giving these companies the ability to completely alter your life if they want to. The reason I waited a week to make this video is that, as you can tell, I'm kind of torn up about it. And if I had done it the day of or the day after, I definitely would have started crying, and that's not what I want to do. I've done the whole back and forth of being like, what could I have possibly done wrong? Why me? Yada, yada, yada. But at this point, I'm kind of done with it. I'm like, there's nothing I can change. Like, I'm not going to get my job back. I don't even know if I want my job back. If they did that to me, I think like that's it, So I'm kind of done with doing the whole back and forth about it, speculating, all these kinds of things. I'm just ready, really ready to move on. So I started at this company that I was laid off from in January. So it has only been 3 months. I hadn't been working there for that long. My whole team was pretty new at that point. So it definitely came as a shock. It was always like, oh, the company is doing so well, we're growing. There was no indication that they would possibly be doing layoffs. And I have a lot of speculations on why and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. Now I'm just kind of at a point where I'm like, okay, I just kind of have to figure out what is next. When I was first laid off last Monday, my immediate thought was like, what the hell am I going to do? I'm just like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And that's like all I could really spiral about, because you hear all of this stuff about like, oh, like everyone's trying so hard to get a job and they can't find any jobs, and it's really hard for people right now. But at the same time, I'm not one of those people that never had a job before they worked in corporate America. I have done bartending, serving, like worked at hotels, done all of that kind of stuff, like reception. So if I really need a job, I'll be okay. I can find a serving job, no problem. There are always an abundance of jobs in the hospitality industry. So I have applied to work at a country club. I will hear back from them this week. But at the same time, I have been applying to other, like full-time corporate positions. With applying to other full-time corporate jobs, though, I have been having, I don't want to say like problems, like maybe some turmoil, because I'm not sure I want to do what I was doing before. Like, I have this opportunity to take a little break. I have some time. I can figure out what I want to do, and I just don't know if that's what I still want to do. I definitely could go back to that. It was a good salary, it was a good job, but I just think I might want to explore my options. So a couple things that I have thought about. My internship was in buying, like retail buying, which I did enjoy, but it pays a lot less than what I was making as a business analyst. So then I have to think about which is more important, like doing a job that I really like, or is it the money? I've also thought about trying to do like a job in content creation or influencer marketing, like for an advertising company or for a brand. But at the same time, I do that on the side. Like I do content creation and influencing on the side on TikTok and mostly Instagram. So I just don't know if like I'll burn myself out doing it at my full-time job, because I really do put as much time into like my content creation on the side as I do a full-time job. So doing 2 full-time jobs in content creation influencing world, like is that just gonna become too much? It might, and that's why I haven't kind of looked really into that. I've also thought about other things, like maybe learning how to code. I just feel like there are so many options and things that I maybe haven't even thought of that I could possibly do. And it's kind of overwhelming. Another thing that I've done on the side in the past is background acting, which I really enjoy. But I don't live like in New York or LA or somewhere where there are a lot of, or even Atlanta where there are a lot of jobs. And last summer, I took a couple of days off of work to work on a couple different films that were filming here in DC and Baltimore. But right now, there's just nothing filming here. So I was like, oh, well, great. I have some time off. I will just go work a couple days doing background because I really like that. But you can't really do that if there's nothing filming. If there's no jobs, there's nothing I can do about that. So at this point, I've really just been trying to give myself grace. Like, was it yesterday? I basically just spent my entire day laying in bed, and that's okay. It really is okay. As much as I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I am terrible. I'm not doing anything productive. Like I need to get my ass up out of bed. You don't always have to. Like I am allowed to sit there and lay in bed and mope and grieve and be sad if I want to. I'm an adult. I'm allowed to do that. So I've just been trying my best to, give myself that grace, have some time to grieve, and then kind of figure out what I want to do. It's not a huge rush. Obviously, I need to make money, but I'm just giving myself a little bit of time. At the same time, though, I've honestly been a little bored. I've always been that person that has said, oh, like I could not work for the rest of my life and I would be happy. I would find things to do. I would never be bored. But it's only been a week. It's literally only been a week and I am getting a little bit bored because I like to do things with people. I don't really like to go do things alone. Like if I'm going to go to a restaurant, I want to go with my friends. I don't want to go by myself and sit there. It's kind of boring. So I have like all this time to do things, but then obviously my friends have jobs, they're working, they can't do things in the middle of the day with me. And it's not like I have a bunch of money to go blow on things by myself. So I'm trying to find like free things to do that I like by myself, which has been a little bit of a struggle for me. I have been doing a lot of thrifting because I don't usually like going thrifting with other people. I like doing that alone. So my time has been spent doing a whole lot of thrift shopping. But I think I'm at a point a week later from being laid off at a spot where I'm feeling okay. I know that there are things ahead of me. I'm not in a terrible spot financially that I'm stressed and feel like I have to go get a new job right away. I'm exploring creative outlets. Like I'm creating more on TikTok. I've been posting YouTube videos, which I haven't done in years. And so I hope you all will support me in this. It would mean so much if you were to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe. And hopefully, now that I don't have a job, I have plenty of free time, I can create some more videos.